Wow, it is freaking cold out there. Yo, what's up, guys? My name is JT, and we're going to go to a train show right here on Model Railroading Southwest. Don't forget to get $10 off your next order of $50 or more on trains.com. That's trains with a Z. So we're going to a train show called Rails Along the Rio Grande. They always have it in November in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's one of the smaller train shows, but they pack a lot of stuff in that venue. I know Spring Creek Model Trains is going to be there, and there's going to be a few local layouts and some local vendors, also some vendors that come from out of state. So I'm excited to see what they have. There's really nothing really that I have in mind that I want to get. Maybe a couple of things like the FP45s from Athearn Gensis. I really want them in the Superfleet scheme, and also a couple of the SD7s from ScaleTrains. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to get. There's like I said, there's really nothing that I really want. It's just if I see it, I might get it. I don't know. There's also some pre-orders that are coming up, so I really don't want to spend too much money before then. So let's stop talking and hit the road.
Time for another prize drawing. Please check your blue tickets this time. Your blue tickets. We have the last four digits of 4890, 4890, and 5056. 5056. If you have any of those tickets, please come to the front desk.
Can't beat that sandwich. Those metal ones on metal rails. Let me pull out some of those sets.
All right, so we're finally back home. Boy, what a tiring and long weekend. We spent only about 4 hours at the train show because we were so busy in Albuquerque trying to get ready for Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that jazz. But nonetheless, we had a great time at the train show. Thank you for those of you that came up to me and introduced yourselves to me. You guys recognized me from the channel, which was pretty cool. And we were just able to talk, and you guys told me your interest in model railroading, and you guys told me what you did. It was great to be able to hear from you guys because I love meeting new people and I love talking trains. Like, who doesn't like talking trains, right? I also was able to meet with one of my buddies named Joe. We had a good conversation about different things, and also I got to meet my buddy Kemmer. We walked around the train show a bit, and that was a lot of fun. And speaking of Kemmer, he gave me these loads right here. These, he made them himself. We went out to his truck. He wanted to show me some of the modeling he does, because I've been asking him to show me what kind of stuff he does in HO scale. He does really good weathering, and he also does super detailing to old blue box models, which is great. The models he has really just look like they are from the factory. He does an amazing job on them. And in that box, he had these details sitting in there, and I told him, man, those are some great looking loads that you have there. And he says, you know what, why don't you just go ahead and take them? You can have them. I was astounded because these are great. He did a great job on these. These tie loads are incredible. They just are well done. They have the tie down, or the straps, and they also are weathered nicely as well. He did some pipe loads here as well, and also some steel plate loads. And I think putting these on some flat cars with a little bit of weathering would look absolutely fantastic. I think he did a great job on these loads. Thank you so much, Cameron, for giving me these, because these are exceptional. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stuff that I bought. So the most incredible deal that I found at the train show was this right here. You see that price? That's not what I paid for it. I paid $65 for this Union Pacific Excursion tender set. I could not believe it. I really am astounded that I was able to find it for such a great price. Now, I already have these, and I like to have two of things just in case something happens. That way, if one of them breaks, I can just put the new one on. Not that I'm rough with my stuff, it's just I'm kind of a weirdo. I love to have, extra of stuff because I'm always afraid something's going to break and I'm not going to find it ever again. And if I do, I'm going to spend a pretty penny. So like I said, I spent $65 on this set, which is incredible. I could not believe it. There's some receipts from Spring Creek model trains, but even the old invoice from the old owners in there as well. But it comes with the instruction manual. This is literally brand new. They were not used whatsoever. I pulled them out and tested them at my mom's house after the train show, but these are great. There's nothing wrong with them whatsoever. These are factory. And even looking at the wheels, there's no wear on them whatsoever. So I know it's kind of crazy, a little redundant to have a whole other set of these, but you never know what happens. You never know what's going to happen. And ScaleTrains has not, released this set in a couple of years, and some of these sets are going for an insane amount of money, like $250 to $600. Yeah, $600 for this set. Crazy. So I'm really glad I was able to pick this up. Just going to go underneath the layout and stay there until hopefully I never need it one day. So let's go ahead and look at what I got from Spring Creek model trains. So I went to the train show with no intentions of really buying anything except for the things that I mentioned earlier in the video, such as the FP45s, the War Bonnet, the Superfleet scheme. I didn't find those. I just found some old blue box ones, which I really wasn't too interested in because I wanted them to be the new Genesis with the Tsunami 2 sound. Also, there's a few engines from ScaleTrains that I found, like the SD7s. But, I just had the biggest hankering for a new steam locomotives, and this is what it is right here. This I bought at Spring Creek for a pretty good price. There's a few of these online that are for about the same price, a little bit cheaper, but I always buy something from Spring Creek because I like to support them, because they literally go to almost every show in the United States. And, it's just great that they do that. There's not many, hobby shops out there that still do that these days. So I really want to support them. So what is this? This is one of the Broadway Limited Berkshires, or Berkshires. Don't know how to say it. It's got Paragon 4 sound. And I've had this on my radar for the past few months, since the summer. And I thought it was ugly when I first looked at it, but afterwards it really grew on me and I really loved the way it looked. So let's go take a look at what it looks like. Go ahead and slide off the case here. So I've already opened this, of course. I tried it at my mom's house. I took some track in a transformer to try it out to make sure it worked properly. So here's some of the operator manual and some other paperwork. But this packaging is very similar to what came on the GS4, which is nice. I love the way the packaging is on these models. I think it's top notch. It keeps the models very safe. So let's go ahead and slide this out. And there it is. This is such a gorgeous model. So, like I said, it's very similar to the GS4 packaging. So it comes on this mount on the bottom that goes into portions of the frame of the model, and it keeps it from moving. And it's packed tightly. I really wish that Broadway Limited would continue with this sort of packaging, because it's probably some of the best I've seen. So go ahead and remove this piece of foam. And there it is. Alright, so let's go ahead and take this to the layout and see how it sounds and how it runs and how it looks. But actually, before we go to the layout, I bought this Proto Smoke. This is MTH Proto Smoke fluid. Never had this before, never used it, but I've heard good things about it. I bought it from the Train Room, which is a train store located in Albuquerque. Gave me a decent deal on it, 16 bucks. Sounded expensive to me, but he said it's out of production. And heck, I wanted some smoke fluid for this locomotive because I didn't want it to run out while I had it at home and checked it out in Albuquerque. So I tested this smoke out already. I like the way it smells. It smells pretty good. It smells like Christmas, like it says. All right, let's go to the layout finally and check it out. I hope you guys enjoyed attending the train show with me, seeing all the vendors and all the layouts. It was a ton of fun attending that train show. I love going to train shows. It's one of my favorite things to do. This steam locomotive from Broadway Limited, exceptional. Broadway Limited always knocks their steam locomotives out of the park. The detail is phenomenal. The lights look great. It sounds great. And it runs extremely smoothly. Always happy with Broadway Limited. I love the way this locomotive looks with these reefer cars. Just looks great. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have anything to say, put it in the comments down below. If not, send me an email. I'm always happy to receive emails. There's some videos coming before the end of the year. There's always the Christmas special coming up sometime before Christmas, and also some pre-orders. I know I always say pre-orders, but you know, they just haven't come in yet, and I'm still waiting on them. So stay tuned for those. So that's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later. Take care and keep between the rails.